injury for them, they're still pretty close to full strength.
Missing a value contributor. That can be a challenge. Now, we'll see how they overcome it.
And the Oklahoma City starting five. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. And for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Out of bounds, it'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
Oklahoma City ball.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
To the paint. Williams passes to Hartenstein. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder able to keep possession. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Williams' shot is good.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Pass to White. Outside Holiday. Outside Brown. Holmgren against Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Brown passes to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Fires the 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Holmgren with it. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Tatum with a steal. It's Brown on the wing. Dort defending. White, the pass to Tatum. No good from outside. And it's Oklahoma City's ball. Williams, a screen on White. Dort for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Boston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. White against Holmgren. Pulls up on the wing. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Holmgren. Fires the 3. Porzingis grabs the board. The Celtics have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Brown with it. Guarded now by Williams. Brown with a screen. And stolen by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander, a good look. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Yeah, total focus from Shea there. Ready to go off the feed.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's really because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And can't get it. He's now 1 of 3. Boston leading by 3. White for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to them.
Williams, a screen on Holiday. Now Hartenstein. Williams from long range. He buries it from 3. Williams has got 6 points.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Tatum can't hit. Thunder trail by 3. Dort outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams, a screen on Holiday. The kick out to Williams. Jacks up at 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds in the game. Back to Holiday. Tatum, a screen on Holmgren. The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown finds White. Tatum with it. Back to White. Lets a three fly. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Give him 8 points now.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
Right side Brown. Outside White. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Dort outside. Got it off in time. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. Derek White getting it done for Boston. 8 points in the quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the three. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And the league has cut down on back-to-backs, but some pushback for a surprising reason. Richard, teams need multiple days off in order to practice.
Yeah, that's right. With only 1 day off between games, teams don't usually practice on those off days. It's not as simple as it looks.
Now here's Horford. Pritchard, the pass to Horford. Clock at 6. From the high post. Kept alive by Boston. Out to Craig. Pass to Hauser. Fires from deep. Counted from distance.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. And the three-pointer goes. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points in the game.
An example of the unique leadership of Gilgeous-Alexander, getting the 3 points right back for them.
Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Williams passes to Caruso. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. The three is up. Caruso misses. Boston has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. Tatum can't hit.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Williams passes to Caruso. Here's the three. Knocks down the triple.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
Here's Pritchard. Misses the three. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. And you watch Alex Caruso on defense, RJ. He forces his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's got great instincts, quick hands. You can't be loose with the ball around Caruso. One of the best one-on-one defenders in the game.
Wiggins from long range. Horford pulls it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Tatum from long range. Offensive board. Here's Hauser. Hits a three-pointer. He has 6.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. 4-3, and it falls. 2 for 3 from the field so far.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Tatum. No points so far. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And the shot's good by Wiggins. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Thunder.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
Here are the Thunder with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 7 points in the game. Wallace's shot is good. Wallace has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
An excellent job of taking what the defense is given.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. The three. And the Celtics another three.
Taking matters into his own hands. Tatum gets those 3 points back in a hurry.
Wiggins outside. Now Wallace. They set a pick. And here's Caruso outside. Horford pulls it in. And so Horford will bring it up for the Celtics. There's Tatum with the three. That's his 5th miss. Only made 2 shots in this one so far. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Wallace, the pass to Caruso. Back to Wallace. Takes a three. Drops in the three. Wallace has got 6 points in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Torrey Craig. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Outside, Williams. Outside for Dort. Up in time. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Thunder leading by a point. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. In that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
I like how they came into this one with the game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And on the floor for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4. Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Celtics trail by 6. Pass to White. The kick to Tatum from behind the arc. The Thunder with the rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday. SGA on the move. Outside, Williams. Holiday against Dort. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Williams. Porzingis grabs the board.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul. Now here's Holiday. The kick to Tatum. Back to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum passes to Holiday. Outside White. Again, the miss by Boston. Thunder leading by 6. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Pass to Holmgren. Dort with it. Gilgeous-Alexander, screen on White. Dort for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. The Celtics have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Let's go with a 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Now Holmgren. Now Hartenstein. Defended by Porzingis. The 3 from Holmgren. Holiday grabs the miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
To win the drought. Good. And Brown gets the assist. Holiday's got 5 now.
Always reading the angles. Holiday's able to find his shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Hartenstein finds Williams. Dort outside.
2 minutes.
Williams a screen on White. From deep, denied by Tatum.
There's the length Tatum provides on the defensive side. He can change a game on that end.
The Celtics making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in. And also a switch here for Oklahoma City. Caruso, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. From downtown. Tatum drills the 3.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
And here's Caruso outside. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Dort outside. Pass to Williams. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Shea hitting the 3.
Coach likes that look. And Gilgeous-Alexander from the corner.
Tatum way outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Cornette's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford comes in for Tatum. And it's Hauser in for Drew Holiday. Joe's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Pritchard. Down low. Dort with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Williams misses. A chance to go 2 for 1.
And you really must play this just right.
Kick out to Brown. Here's Hauser. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Hartenstein with a screen on Horford. Williams from long range. Second chance shot. Hartenstein a screen. Lets it go from deep. And another shot. Outside, Williams. He shoots it. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. We're at the end of the 3rd quarter, and we've still got a close one. Thunder out in front, up 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the 4th quarter gets underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
You talk about painting a magnificent picture with that, Don. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. It's Tatum at the 4 with Horford at the 5. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at small forward. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Now here's Wallace. Wiggins for 3. Tatum pulls it in. The Celtics with the lead. Fires for 3. The rebound by Wiggins. And the Thunder shooting only 40% from the floor in this game. There's a screen by Jang. And here's Caruso outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Oh, this one has turned into an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, at this point, you almost expect it to come down to the last possession. Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
To the middle. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And another 3 for Oklahoma City.
Outside, inside, in between, doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be a second foul of the game. Cornett's checked in for Boston. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Joe comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Drew Holiday is checked in for Horford.
First personal foul, second team foul. Now into the lineup for the Celtics.
Pass to Pritchard. The three is up. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, what vision from Holiday. Seems to have a knack for getting it to his guys in great spots.
Now here's Joe. Wallace outside. Now here's Williams. Shot clock at 5. Here's Joe. Boston pulls it in. Holiday with the ball. Now Wiggins defending. Tatum from long range. The rebound by Wiggins.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Caruso finds Wiggins. Joe on the wing. They set the pick. Back to Caruso. Takes the 3. Boston with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Outside Holiday. Here's Hauser. No good on the 3. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Inside. Wiggins passes to Caruso. Puts up a 3. No good. The Celtics have gotten only 2 of 6 attempts to drop in the 4th. And they take the lead. And the Celtics lead by 2.
And I really like Holiday's shot selection. It's fun watching him measure defenses and catch them off guard.
Caruso, right side. Back to Williams. There's a screen. 5 to shoot. Launches it. And Caruso, good for 3. Caruso's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that deflates the crowd in an instant. Way to take back the momentum.
On the wing, Tatum. Pass to Cornette. Here's Pritchard. Knocked loose. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Caruso with the bucket. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Caruso outside. Joe up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Caruso. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out. For Boston, they've got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. Isaiah Joe is going to pick up the foul here. That's his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Cornette. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hauser. And it's White in for Pritchard. Here's Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. 3-pointer. Oklahoma City grabs a miss.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Now here's Holmgren for 3. No good there. 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Tatum can't hit. To the inside. Pass to Holmgren. This one for 3. The shot, no good. It's off. And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road. Allie, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
ballpark out tonight in this one. Some big names on the floor.
Well, that's so much what the NBA is about. The best players in the world, and some of them are the elite of the elite. So you've got stars leading the way on both sides in this one. Can't wait for it to happen.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Edwards are the guards. McDaniels is out there with Randall. And it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle.
Jason Tatum scores, but also creates for his teammates a sign of his continuing growth as a player.
Edwards passes to Randall. Hands it from downtown.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Brown can't connect from short range.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Edwards finds Randall. Driving to the basket. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got 5 now.
Going towards the basket, that's when Randall's most dangerous.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now White, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. That one good for 2.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
It's stolen by White, and here comes White, leading the fast break. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Outstanding concentration that time by White on the tape. Play through the contact and score.
McDaniels gets a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. The Celtics have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And the dunk by Tatum.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
That one wide left. Timberwolves trail by 5. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to visit with head coach Joe Mazzulla.
The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. They're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the gameplay. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
First team foul.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range, and if it's falling, I say stay with it.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make 3. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his 3rd season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, then he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Randall left side. Mr. Gobert. Randall a screen on Brown to the inside. Fade away. Randall no good. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Brown the pass to Pritchard. The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Boston. pass to Pritchard. Randall grabs the board. Timberwolves trail by 3. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Drew the contact from long range, and he almost got the hoop to fall. Instead, he'll shoot 3 at the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Torrey Craig comes in for Luke Cornett, and it's Tatum in for Brown. Minnesota also making some changes. Miller's checked in for Randall, and Anthony Edwards subbed in for Clark.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
To Reed, shoots the 3. Rebounded by Hauser. Here's Tatum driving inside. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Here's Minot. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. In a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Horford is out there with Torrey Craig. Then it's Tatum, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Minnesota making a switch here. Ingles is checked in.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
Clark is checked in for Minnesota.
First team foul. Now into the lineup.
Here's Tatum.
Number 22.
Off the inbound, no good. Timberwolves leading by 4. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. It's good from long range.
3.
Edwards got 8 here in the quarter.
The challenge with defending Edwards, he's a 3-level scorer.
Tatum kicks to Craig. Inside, here's Horford. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Celtics can beat you in a number of ways. Point guard Drew Holiday said, play small and big. You have great bench players who come in and change the game at any time and could start on other teams. And we have a hunger. Kevin, they're going to be a problem for a long time.
Agreed. Yeah, they are stacked, DA, for sure. Edwards looking it over. Pass to Alexander Walker. There's the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Yeah, I agree with you. A big run taking place right now, and it looks to be the beginning of the end.
They get it back. And the Timberwolves with possession. They've got a 13-2 run going. Reed kicks to Edwards. And another 3 for Minnesota, where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Zinkis, he's checked in for Horford. And it's Holiday in for Torrey Craig. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Conley now comes in for Dante DiVincenzo.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Holiday against Edwards. Here's Alexander Walker. The three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 13. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum finds a way.
And it's going to take more than that to stop Tatum, a wing who can score in so many different ways. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
6 on the shot clock. Edwards finds Alexander Walker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Pritchard passes to Tatum. No good on that one. Gobert with the defensive effort. There's a minute left to play in the first half. It's tipped. Here's Pritchard, covered by Conley. Back to Tatum. Here's Alexander Walker, and stolen by Tatum. Pass to Hauser.
Minnesota foul.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Brown is checked in for the Celtics. White comes in for Pritchard. Minnesota also making some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Brown against McDaniel. Brown with the bucket.
Working to get the high percentage bucket. Nicely done that time by Brown.
Randle outside. Zinkis with the block. And so it's Minnesota with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And the three-point shot has been big for them. We'll return shortly.
36.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
On the court for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the one.
Really like what Edwards did there, assertive in the two-man game.
Here's Tatum. Tatum using his size inside.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Here's Conley. Bank shot, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Boston ball.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half.
Not many ways to avoid Gobert when he's on you. I mean, that's what makes him so tough.
Anthony Edwards is a classic two-guard. Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is. Boy, there's a lot to like about the attitude of Brown. If he sees a fast break opportunity, he's taking full advantage of it in a heartbeat.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA, but also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Count it.
So many different ways that Holiday can beat you because he's got great length and size for a guard, and that allows him not to be afraid to mix it up inside.
Yes, that goes in.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Here goes Tatum. That one misses. Randall with some nice D. Here's McDaniels.
2 minutes remaining.
No good on the three.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Brown, and he drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup. 10 points for Jaylen Brown.
Brown really is at his best when he takes it inside. I mean, the defense has no idea what to do with it.
Edwards gets to Conley. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Here's Edwards. Porzingis with the block.
When a guy has a 7'6" wingspan like Porzingis does, it's just tough to get away from him or get by him. It allows him to block a lot of shots.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Here's Pritchard. Another shot. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Alexander Walker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Alexander Walker's got 6.
Unselfish, good vision. Nice dime by Julius.
Pass to Pritchard. From down in the low post, it goes.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And here's Gobert. Porzingis with the steal. To the paint. Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
I don't think he could have been any more impressive than he was tonight. Brown is setting this place on fire.
Here's Edwards. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley.
Well, it's clear that there's a comfort level down there for Horford. He's got a lot of shots he can go to and moves to go with it.
They get the rebound. Clark outside. Now here's Randall. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Tatum in the front court alongside Horford. And it's Pritchard in at the point. That's the Boston 5.
Timberwolves foul.
Boston making a switch here. Davison's checked in.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Celtics.
Minnesota on D.
Number 20, J.D. Davison.
The kick out to Tatum. Second chance shot. Reed with the rebound.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Reed with a screen for Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. From outside the arc. Reed misses. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 7-point differential.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Here's Davison. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
Drew Holiday's checked in for Boston. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Mike Conley's checked in for Miller. Conley kicks to Reed. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
Reed.
And the Timberwolves lead by 8.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Some changes for Boston. Porzingis is checked in for Luke Cornett. Jaylen Brown comes in for Al Horford. And Derek White subbed in for Pritchard. Minnesota also making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Ando comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. And they'll keep possession. Porzingis on the foul. Timberwolves leading by 6. Randall with a screen for McDaniel. Off target from three-point range. For Boston, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Brown's shot is good.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Now here's Edwards. McDaniels in the post, guarded by Holiday. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Out to Conley, pass to Randall. Edwards inside, Brown's there. Edwards no good. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Tatum, takes it inside. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Michael Conley picks one up. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
Oh, here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Stolen by Michael Conley. Randall right side. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Randall. Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Tatum's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Edwards can't hit. For Boston, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Minnesota leading by 6. And here is McDaniel. Randall outside. 6 to shoot. Randall, a screen on Holiday. Conley with the three, and once again off the mark by Minnesota.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And with Brown, guys, it doesn't matter what point in the game it is. I mean, he's ready to shoot whenever he has the ball in a good spot.
Conley gets the bucket.
And there is just no fear in Mike Conley. He has not met a big shot he was afraid to take.
It's the Celtics ball. Here's Tatum. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And finished off by Brown.
It seems like Brown always has something cooking, and he shows up big when they need him most.
You know, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Edwards with it. Out to Conley. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul for simplicity.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close, a narrow win under. Much appreciated, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
to 2K Sports for our latest battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the 1 spot.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Pass to Williams. Here's Holmgren. The 3 ball. The offensive rebound. Hartenstein with it. Defended by Gobert. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Drains the triple.
Oh, that jumper so pure. Gilgeous-Alexander with great confidence.
Randle outside. McDaniels a screen. Randle, good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, fantastic concentration.
And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
Oklahoma City has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. The open shot by Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Oklahoma City scoring again.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
McDaniels passes to Edwards. Gets the 3 to fall. Edwards has got 5 now.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Rejected by Holmgren. Outside, Williams. Fade away. Gets the 3 ball to go.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
It's Edwards with a drive. And Edwards slams it in.
Woo! He just levitated in the air, double pump, and then slammed it home.
How about the D right there? They just got out of the way. They let him choose what kind of move he wanted to make. And the ball out of play. The Timberwolves will have it. Timberwolves trail by 4. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Now here's McDaniels. Gobert inside. Williams defending. Dort with a steal. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he wills that one in. Sinking it right through the back of the iron. 9 points in the game.
This takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Edwards. And that one's good.
And you know he has the floater in the bag, so Edwards decided to deploy it there.
And last season, Brett, many believe that SGA was deserving of the MVP award.
Well, he made such a strong case, BA. I mean, finishing in the top 3, that is remarkable. He led that young Thunder team, again, to the #1 seed in the Western Conference and averaged 36 and 5. He also led the league in 2 steals per game. What a season.
Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams misses.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Randle can't hit. Grant, they could attempt a 2 for 1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
And Williams gets the bucket on the assist from Dort. Williams has got 6.
Wanting to do whatever is good for the team on any given possession. That time, Dort playing unselfishly.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game. Pass to Holmgren. There's the triple. Oh, the thunder, another three.
Yeah, it's just too easy for Holmgren. Man, is he fun to watch operate off the catch.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. McDaniels inside, working on Williams. Gobert with a screen on Holmgren. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Thunder.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
So for Minnesota right now, they've got Miller, Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and it's Reed in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Edwards, out of bounds with the Oklahoma City's ball. Lineouts checked in for the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves substitution, number 8, Josh Minot.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. It's a three-point game. Wallace outside. Wiggins for three. It's deflected. Going all the way to the rack. Here's DiVincenzo. And he buries his first look.
And DiVincenzo likes to get out into the open court to try to make something happen.
Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Fast break, here we go. A slam dunk by Reed.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Caruso outside. Wiggins passes to Caruso. All alone. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Alexander Walker. And a miss there on the triple. Oklahoma City has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. And here's Caruso outside. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Alexander Walker on target from range. Alexander Walker's got his first 3 points of the game.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Minnesota's gone 3 of 5 from the perimeter in this game. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep. Well, you hear team execs say all the time, you're either selling wins or you're selling hope. How true is that, Fred?
Well, if you're an executive BA, just be right about whatever it is that you're selling. And you got to be realistic. I mean, fans are smart. They understand where your team is. Are you a playoff competitor? Are you young and growing? So that's hope. If you're going deep into the playoff run, you want the wins.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Wallace. And here's Caruso outside. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
So for Oklahoma City, Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Williams comes in for Caruso, and it's Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Julius Randle's checked in for the Timberwolves. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. Gobert, no good. Thunder trail by 5. Williams from long range gets rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 7 rebounds in the game. Over to the left wing. Pass to McDaniels. On the wing, Alexander Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. It's Dort on the wing. Covered by Alexander Walker. Bullseye! Chet hitting for 3.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
And coming off a major injury, Chet Holmgren was unbelievable in his first full season, Brent.
Doesn't it feel like, B.A., he poured the concrete and a solid foundation for what his career is going to be all about? I mean, he's terrific big with skill, size, toughness. The sky is the limit for this guy.
McDaniels can't hit. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Hartenstein a screen. Williams from long range. Nails it from 3. Williams has got 9.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
And Minnesota making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws of the game now. And Williams drops them both. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. Lets the 3 fly. Oh my goodness!
Shot's good.
He'll go to the line with a chance at a 4-point play. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren. Caruso, he's checked in for Wallace. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. That free throw no good from DiVincenzo.
And for DiVincenzo coming into the league wanting to prove that he belongs, he's done more than that. It's about building his confidence now.
Pass to Hartenstein. And here's Holmgren. Outside, Williams. And here's Caruso outside. And that's not going to go. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Timberwolves ahead, up 2. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And you know, Anthony Edwards has been really making it happen, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Now, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group for Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gobert with a block.
Well, Rudy loves erasing shots. Every chance he gets, he'll take a swipe at you.
Williams against McDaniels. Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts. The Timberwolves lead by 3. And the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Number 6, Jalen Williams.
The Thunder have gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. The 3 is up. Counted from distance. Williams has got 14 points.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Minnesota shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game. And both free throws good for McDaniels.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. He's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
The kick out to Williams. From deep. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside McDaniels. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. He has 7.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
It's hard to believe now, but Julius Randle has been in the league over a decade now, Brent.
Yeah, it's been an interesting ride for Julius Randle. A lot of different roles, but he's evolved his game quite a bit. Some he's done himself, and then guys have adjusted around the way that he has been a leader, a scorer, a rebounder, a presence. Julius Randle continues to impress and make strides. There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Down low. Oh, deflected. 6 to shoot. Here's Dort, and he drives in, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
And you love it when Dort gets that kind of momentum and is charging towards the basket. Not many people want to get in his way.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That'll be a second foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Alex Caruso in for Holmgren. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels.
Yeah, Randall's not passing that one up. Fantastic job at converting when he's got the kind of position like that.
Caruso, pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's rebounded by Minnesota. There's 1:47 left in the third quarter. Conley with the ball, and it's Dort picking him up. Back to Conley. Pass to Alexander Walker. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. And it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, the determination from Gilgeous-Alexander.
When you have a guard like Gilgeous-Alexander that fights inside, it can add some spunk to your team.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Hey, you can't block it. Sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Minnesota shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. A different look for Oklahoma City. Jang, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Wallace in for Dort. Reed's checked in for Minnesota. DiVincenzo comes in for Mike Conley. For Minnesota, they've gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. DiVincenzo on the wing. He's guarded by Caruso. Stolen by Caruso. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Oh, that's great basketball. Denying them on one end while grabbing points on the other.
DiVincenzo with the steal. And now the T-Wolves on the break. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 6 of their first 12 shots to drop in this third. Williams passes to Wallace. 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. 3-pointer off the mark. Outside, Alexander Walker. Stolen by Caruso. Williams from long range. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we wrap up the third, and it looks... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for Minnesota, Dante DiVincenzo out there with Edwards. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Clark in at the 3, the small forward.
And we're all too familiar with these kind of outbursts from SGA.
Minnesota's gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Reid for 3. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander gets the bucket on the breakaway. And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
Something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Wallace. Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Clark, and he recovers it. Dort, the pass to Wiggins. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Williams from long range. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 3. Tipped away. Dort with a steal. Here's Caruso. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Anthony Edwards. First one falls. So for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein comes in for Williams, and it's Holmgren in for Wiggins. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. And so it's Conley who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Edwards. Edwards on target.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
They're just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the clock. Look at Shea playing big inside.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Randall, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Randall. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. He goes up. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
You got to be careful around SGA. He's got those quick hands, and he's ready to pick pockets.
Edwards with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Pass to Gobert. For 3, Randall. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. Here are the Thunder with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Now here's Holmgren. Caruso outside. Dort with it. Here's Holmgren. 5 to shoot. And here's Caruso. Defended by Gobert. Caruso with the bucket. Timberwolves trail by 8. Pass to Randall. Inside. Here's Gobert. Oh! Gobert hammers it home.
You're best to get out of Gobert's way. You don't want to be on the wrong end of that tug.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. 1:33 left to play in the fourth. Dives for it. Clock at 6. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. 5 on the clock. Shot from the inbound. Pass to Hartenstein. The three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Randall finds Edwards. Just outstanding. He hits again, and he's still a perfect 9 for 9.
And you gotta love the mentality of Anthony Edwards. He wants to be the star. He wants the spotlight. Not everyone is like that.
Pass to Holmgren. Can't cash it in from close range. Absolutely no room for error.
Everything has to almost fall perfectly for them to pull this out.
Edwards, a pass to Conley. Count it! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings it within 1.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game? Gilgeous-Alexander gonna celebrate that one.
This is what it's come down to.
Yes, indeed. A monster possession.
Edwards, a pass to Randall. There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Back to Edwards. Strong drive by Edwards. Conley looking for an opening. He's off from three.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
And so it's the Thunder who come out on top here.
Doris, both these teams have the luxury of a very deep bench.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of talent on both rosters. What that means is the defenses need to be active and aware even when substitutions are made, because the next basket could come from absolutely any guy on the floor.
Pass to Holmgren, over Tatum, and Holmgren the bucket on the assist by Williams.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
And it's White missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Launches a three. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams with a clean look. A three-pointer off the mark. The Celtics have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes. They led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Hits it from three-point range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now here's Brown. Shoots it up. Dort grabs the miss.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
Williams, that's good.
Well, great decision from Dort. If your teammate is open, get him the basketball. Nicely done.
On the wing, Brown. He's guarded by Williams. Brown drives in. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Williams. 6 points for him. White with it. Dort covering. And White kicks to Tatum. Holiday with the three. Hits the three-point bomb. Holiday's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Celtics.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the D, showing he can hurt you from that area.
And it's Dort off the drive. Out to the right wing. Holmgren finds Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep. And Boston with the rebound. Doris, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that startup.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
Brown the pass to Holiday. Brown against Williams. Brown right side. Just 5 on the clock. Out to White. Pass to Holiday for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Williams against Brown. Back to Dort. Now Williams. 3-pointer. No good. Fires away from outside. White. Good.
Yeah, on the catch-and-shoot game, Derek White very assertive, ready to react.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. Williams sends a screen for Dort. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Williams. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Brown. Dort against White. For the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
6 seconds left in the first. Brown with the screen on Caruso. Drew Holiday has been on display for Boston. We witnessed him delivering a series of 3-pointers. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Boston.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
They've got Aaron Wiggins. Easton Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the small forward position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Well, that's an opportunistic three-point shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He liked the look of it.
Craig against Williams. Shoots a fader. Craig can't get it to go. Oklahoma City's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation, and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Williams with a clean look. Nailed from three-point land. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there. Here's Pritchard. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Releases. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Wiggins. Oh, he misses the dunk. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Hauser misses. Oklahoma City's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Wallace finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso with the ball. Al Horford with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Pass to Craig. Fires for 3. Rebound by Williams.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Then for the Celtics, Porzingis is coming in for Al Horford. And it's Drew Holiday in for Torrey Craig. Tatum wide open, he fires one. And he's good on the 3-ball.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Good on the 3-point shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for Oklahoma City. Pass to Hauser. Back to Holiday. Tatum looking around. And Holiday kicks to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. For some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting the cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
White inside, defended by Dort, and the basket is good.
Sweet little mid-range from Jaylen Brown. That 3-level scoring coming into play.
Williams for 3. Offensive rebound on the wing. Wallace. Outside Williams. Holmgren kicks to Williams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Over Brown. Williams can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
White, good.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from 3-point, and it is on target.
Williams for 3, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Celtics making a switch here. Cornet's checked in. Williams missing again. Celtics trail by 4. The tray. Holiday gets the bucket. Holiday's got 12 points in the game.
And with a good array of moves, Holiday can pull up for jumpers because he keeps defenders guessing.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Wallace. Pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein with the screen on Brown. They grab their own miss. Williams scanning the floor. Here's Wallace. Porzingis with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
Now to the lineup for your Thunder, number 9.
Here's Williams. And it's good. Hold on.
The players on the final review of their NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed.
Going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done today.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy. Ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the 1. And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set. It's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, those chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player. Traps in the tray.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
Boston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Tatum against Dort. Holiday, a screen on Dort. Tatum, no good. Well, Thunder have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Hartenstein with a screen on Tatum. Buries the long-range jumper. Williams has got 6 points in the quarter.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive, scoring the ball.
And Holiday has it in the corner. Porzingis finds Tatum. Back to Porzingis. Outside, White. 5 on the clock. The kick out to Brown. Lets it go with the 3. Dort grabs the miss.
Sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Williams for 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Dort kicks to Williams. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by White. Dort misses.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And the Thunder making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Boston also with the sub. Pritchard's checked in. Outside Holiday. Pass to Pritchard. For the lead. Dort grabs the miss. Dort's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hartenstein with the screen for Caruso. Buries it from 3-point range. Caruso's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Celtics trail by 5. Tatum on the wing. Lets it go from deep. And another miss by Boston.
A bit of pride at stake. Trying to get that last 3 ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Caruso, the pass to Williams. Hartenstein with the screen on Porzingis. The offensive rebound. Right side, Dort. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Didn't look for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Case and Wallace in for Dort. They set the pick. Round the pass to Pritchard. Here's Hauser. He's guarded by Williams. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. From outside, off the mark. The Celtics trail by 5. 29 seconds left to play here in the third. Pritchard gets the bucket.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Now, here's Caruso. He's tightly guarded. The shot by Williams, no good. Here's Pritchard, defended by Caruso.
Oklahoma City.
The Celtics shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
Jaylen Brown, 2 shots.
That one drops. He ties it up. And so here is Oklahoma City. Here's Caruso. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Oh, and that's a monster shot to close out the third. And the lead is theirs heading into the final quarter.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Thunder out in front. They're up by 3. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams is out there with Aaron Wiggins. Then there's Cason Wallace. And it's Caruso in at the small 4. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Tatum kicks to Craig. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Craig's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Drains the 3-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 2.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
Here's Hauser, defended by Caruso. And here's Tatum for 3. A rebound by Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3. And the Thunder another 3.
Well, you just get to your spot and rise and fire. The confident pull-up for Mr. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Pritchard passes to Horford to the left wing. The kick out to Tatum. Knocks it loose. Horford with the bounce pass. Shot clock at 6. Hauser the pass to Craig. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Craig's got 6 in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Horford with the screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hauser. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jang, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dort comes in for Wallace. Celtics also with a sub. Drew Holiday's checked in for Torrey Craig. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A rebound by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Holiday finds Tatum. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Jen. Chad Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in for Alex Caruso. Back to White. The 3 from Tatum. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds in the game. Williams has a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the 3. Pass to Holmgren from past the arc. Connects from 3-point range. And the Thunder lead by 2.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
They get it back, and Holiday kicks to Tatum. And here's Brown outside. Thunder with the rebound. Hartenstein's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
When you're not in rhythm with the three ball, why do you keep firing from there?
Outside Holiday. Launches it. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Dort with the ball. He's picked up by White. Pass to Hartenstein. There's Williams with the three. Another miss by Williams.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Brown wide open. He fires. Buries it from outside.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
To the inside. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Shoots over Brown. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Huge turnover. At really the worst possible time. You have to value every possession, especially at this stage of the game.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball. And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Tatum with it. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win.
That's the end of the game.
A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. It's time now to go courtside. All right, David, thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for
And it's Holiday in at the point. And for Minnesota, Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's McDaniels in at the 3, small forward. Tip-off goes to Minnesota. And what a fantastic game we have in store for us tonight, Stan.
Brian, you can't ask for a more intriguing matchup. Top teams, top players. If you're a fan of the NBA, this is as good as it gets.
It's tipped. Randle deciding where to go with it. To the inside. Right side Conley. No good on the triple.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Brown passes to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. There's the 3. Rebound Minnesota. McDaniels from long range. Holiday grabs the miss. Takes a 3. White. Good.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Randle. And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's as good a defensive guard as there is. Great size and strength at the point guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will, he is a problem on a nightly basis.
Yeah, a shot that Randle has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Here's McDaniels. Offensive rebound. Here's Gobert. Oh, misses the dunk. Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
For 3, Randle. Nice D from Tatum. The Celtics have gone 1 for 3 so far. Holiday from long range. Fires in the triple.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 7. A sluggish start. Randle on the screen. Edwards, the pass to Gobert. For 3, Conley. On target from range.
Right back at you. Conley's a counter-puncher. He knows when his team needs a lift.
Tatum finds Brown. Back to Tatum. Three-pointer. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. Randle, the pass to Conley. The 3. It's rebounded by Jaylen Brown. Celtics trail by 3. Outside White. Here's the 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the game. And stolen by Brown. White against McDaniels. Tatum passes to White. The kick to Tatum. Fires from deep. Sends it home from three-point land.
You know, this team relies on Tatum hitting those shots, and that's why he's such a high-volume three-point shooter.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, BA.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Now here's McDaniels. Pass to Alexander Walker. Picked by Gobert. Just 4 to shoot. 4-3. Alexander Walker with the bucket.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And it's DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Here's Cornette. Boston again missing. Here's Alexander Walker. Book it. And it's Randle with the assist. Alexander Walker's got 6.
The fast break triple. If I did that back in the day, I'd be heading to the bench. Look, I know he wanted to answer with a 3 of his own, but you gotta play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
Now here's Randle. Back to DiVincenzo. that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And Minnesota with some changes. Miller comes in for Randall. And it's Edwards in for Clark. Craig is checked in for Boston. Jason Tatum comes in for Brown. And Edwards, here we go. And Edwards slams it in.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Craig, good.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the pick. Now here's Alexander Walker. Defense is right there. Here's DiVincenzo. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Tatum. Launches it from deep. And again, Boston with the triple. Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first. The T-Wolves on top. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Minnesota is doing, guys, your thoughts?
Defensively, their gambles are paying off. Jumping passing lanes and pressuring ball handlers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
We've got Edwards. He's out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Naz Reid out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Minot in at the power forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Good on the bucket. Celtics trail by 6. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense.
Now here's Edwards. Again, the Timberwolves score.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Pass to Minot, and here's Alexander Walker. Reid, a screen on Craig. Alexander Walker. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Garza's checked in for the Timberwolves. There's Tatum with the 3. Here's Horford. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. And stolen by Edwards. Pass to Alexander Walker. Outside. DiVincenzo. Outside, Alexander Walker. And looks like an illegal pick was seen. That gets the ref's attention.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Craig. To stop the run, Hauser, that's good. Hauser's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Edwards for 3. Boston pulls it in.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Holiday with the ball. Picked up by Reid. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Edwards looking for an opening. Shoots over Tatum. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. Celtics trail by 8. Pritchard, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Pritchard. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson,
Anthony Davis, and then we've got two young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Now here's Tatum. 9 points in the game. Puts up a three. Pritchard, no good. Minnesota leading by 5. And here in the second quarter of action, as we approach 4 minutes played, Julius Randle's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. A minute 22 left in the first half. Nice shot by DiVincenzo.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
Holiday passes to Brown. Cornette in the post. He's against Gobert. Oh, can't convert the two-handed jam. From deep, Conley. They get it back. Outside McDaniels. Hits the trifecta. And now a 10-point Minnesota lead.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Conley. Over Holiday. Hauled in by Brown. Outside White. Lets it go from deep. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to them.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. They trail by 7. Porzingis for 3. Here's Cornette. They kick it out to Porzingis. And he lobs it up. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Here's Randle. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. More 2K action in just a moment.
Get ready for the big half-court shot. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the 1. Now here's Randle. Pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Great play by Porzingis. Love seeing the zinger engaged on D.
Holiday passes to White. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back-and-forth games.
Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Randle. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Randle's got 5 now.
No hesitation from the big man, Randle. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Fires the 3. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist by White. White's got 3 assists tonight.
And he's really made his mark with the 3-pointer today. And that's another big one.
And when you have shooters feeling it from distance, it feels like no lead is safe because points can get put up in a hurry.
When Gobert is close like that, you know he's going to try and ram it through.
Brown passes to Tatum. And And again, Boston with the triple.
And any decent look from distance, he's taking it. He has that locked-in mentality right now.
Well, he's firing away with confidence from downtown. The defense better adjust to this, and fast.
Brown with it. He's picked up by Edwards. White for three. McDaniels with the rebound. Minnesota in the lead. And the basket by Gobert. Gobert's got 4 points in the quarter. Boston's gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. McDaniels with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Beyond the arc. A shot that time not on target. Celtics trail by 7. And here's Brown for 3. Bullseye! Jaylen Brown!
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
McDaniels, that's good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
White for 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 11. Fires the 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Putting his court vision on full display. Holiday plays the role of floor general pretty effectively.
McDaniels from long range. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got 9 points here in the second half. Holiday passes to Brown. From downtown. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. The Celtics also with a sub. Pritchard's checked in. Randall, good.
Why do lefty shots look so pretty? Like that one for Randall, man. I wish I shot it lefty.
Pritchard, no good.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat.
Oh, he pecks it down.
That is incredible.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
3-pointer. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball.
Substitution report.
.12 seconds left in the third. DiVincenzo. Pass to Alexander Walker. Out to DiVincenzo. Randall outside. It's been all about Jaden McDaniels for the Timberwolves. What a game from deep. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Anthony Edwards out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Naz Reid. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Hauser. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. From behind the arc. Reid with the rebound. Reid's got 4 rebounds now. And here's Edwards outside. And Craig pulls it down. Celtics trail by 13. And stolen by Edwards. And now the T-Wolves on the break. The pull-up. The shot no good. Boston's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Tatum finds Horford. The three. Pure from three-point range.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Back to Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Takes the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Pritchard. And again, Boston with the triple. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Back to Reed. The three is up. Sinks it from distance. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And Minnesota making a change here. Conley's checked in. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Hauser. Picked it out of midair. Outside Holiday. Pass to Horford. This one for three. Here's Cornette. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
You have to love their intensity right now, getting hot at the perfect time.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Here's Pritchard. He buries it from three. And now it's just a 2-point Timberwolves lead.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Alexander Walker with the bucket.
And it's even more satisfying when you answer with a three, and it looks like they're putting the game out of reach.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota with some changes. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Alexander Walker. And McDaniels is subbed in for DiVincenzo. And here's Brown for three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. At one point, they led by 16. Holiday against Conley. Outside for Randall. Jacks up a three. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, that's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
Conley against Holiday. Outside Conley. Outside McDaniels. Fires for three. It doesn't go for him. Celtics trail by 8. Fast break. Here come the Celtics. Tatum! Money from deep.
And this guy is made for these moments. Tatum, the big-time shot.
Conley passes to Randall. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that.
It's the fire he's playing with that has him leading the team in rebounds.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
McDaniels passes to Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And a comeback here looking very unlikely.
Absolutely everything would have to go their way at this point.
McDaniels with the rebound. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 9-point game. Randall outside. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on court.
Here's Reed. It's blocked. Cornette attacks. And so it's Minnesota with the W. Boy, a hard-fought, hard alley. Good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's McDaniels in at the 3 spot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Gray.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Drills the three-pointer.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
Here's Edwards. No good there. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Dort, and he dunks it down.
How's that for a show? Dort looking like he wants to be in the dunk contest with slams like that.
Randall with a screen for Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
But, you know, I hear you. That's a good look. But when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
You have to avoid fouls like that. As a defender, challenge the three-point shooter, but run by him, not into him.
And he nails the third.
And Holmgren possesses sky-high potential. His length and versatility making him such an intriguing prospect.
Now here's Edwards, and the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads-up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc. Williams can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter a block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Now here's Edwards. Minnesota again turning it over. Searching for their first points of the game. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren in the corner. Clock is at 3. The baseline J. It's good. Holmgren's got his second bucket of the night.
And guys, you can't allow Holmgren to gain confidence from the mid-range. He'll burn you when you give him those looks.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Williams, a screen on Conley. Wallace kicks to Williams. No good from outside.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
group substitution now for Minnesota. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Alex Caruso in for George. Alexander Walker with the ball. Wallace covering. Alexander Walker passes to Randall. Clark outside. Into the lane. And Reid throws it down.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Williams for three, sinks the triple.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Here's Caruso. And the Thunder another three.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
In the corner, Wallace with it. Pass to Caruso. A fader. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Chet Holmgren making things happen for the Oklahoma City. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Oklahoma City.
They've really been pushing that thing in the open floor, and so far the opposition's not been able to slow them down at all.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Miller is out there with Reid. Then there's Edwards. And it's DiVincenzo in at the one. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, this guy gets deflections, he goes after loose balls, he gets you extra possessions on the glass, he steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Drawing fouls, Clark getting to the line, all part of the game, but do you think players try and draw fouls too often now?
I do in some cases, but I think it's more on an individual basis. I mean, players have to do what they need to do to try to score the ball. But I don't think anybody likes, one, guys flopping to draw fouls, and then two, whining when fouls aren't called.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Garza's checked in, and Oklahoma City also making a switch. Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Jang. Gilgeous Alexander with the steal. Oh, and here comes Gilgeous Alexander all alone. The Thunder with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 12. Here's Alexander Walker. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Alexander Walker's got 5 points now this quarter. DiVincenzo against Gilgeous Alexander. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander Walker. That is his first foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ingles is checked in, and Oklahoma City with a change here too. Williams is checked in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Edwards at full speed. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. No good on the triple. Pass to Caruso. Here's the three. Down low. Higgins outside. Oklahoma City moving it around. Wallace outside. Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. Traps in the tray. Gilgeous Alexander's got 13.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Ball's knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Caruso kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Plenty of space. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. He's got 15.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Edwards.
Well, Edwards looking almost automatic there. Didn't wait too long to put that shot up.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 4 for the floor here in the second quarter. Minnesota again turning it over.
This is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Joe Ingles. Daniels, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And it's Conley in for Edwards.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
Outside for Randall. And another three for Minnesota.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Williams gets the bucket.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
McDaniels with the big answer.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Now Randall, after Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. Gobert with a screen for Dillingham. Back to Randall. Screen by McDaniel. It's Randall with the drive.
Going towards the basket, that's when Randall's most dangerous.
Oklahoma City leading by 9. Williams looking over the floor. Pass to Holmgren. Williams sends a screen for Holmgren. Over in the corner, Dort. And here is Williams. No good on the 3. There's McDaniels. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Williams.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
And so it's Oklahoma City with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the small forward position. Over in the corner, Williams. 6 to shoot. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Edwards. He takes it in. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
Not really the best decision. I mean, get the easy 2, the for sure 2. No need to make it fancy and special.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Randall with the ball. Dort covering. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Anthony Edwards has a great body and knows how to control it. Showing you right there by taking advantage to draw the foul.
And Edwards drops them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
To the middle, stolen by McDaniels. Gobert down low, working on Holmgren. And the rejection by Holmgren. Three-pointer, Randall. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Dort. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. The Thunder with another miss. And Randall has got the ball here for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Conley. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Conley doesn't have an overwhelming body, but I tell you, good job that time taking the hit and finishing through it.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. And I know that's three, but I wanted to give you three different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for the Thunder.
A crafty scorer. Conley makes the most of his opportunities down low.
Randall outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Extremely impressive was the rally they made. I mean, we'll see how much their comeback might have taken out of them, and we'll see if they can keep that foot on the pedal now.
Here's Edwards. Outside for Randall. Conley scanning the floor. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Caruso, the pass to Williams. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Randall outside. Here's Alexander Walker. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements. Shots good by Williams.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Conley uses the glass to finish the layup. Conley's got 7 points here in this quarter. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well. Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
It just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Jason Wallace comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And the Colby against Julius Randle. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Clark, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Higgins is checked in for Dort.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Clark. Pass to DiVincenzo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clark.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
Thunder have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Caruso. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the bump fake, but couldn't knock it down. DiVincenzo against Caruso. Randall from outside. They get it again. Pass to DiVincenzo. Here's Reed. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And stolen by Dillingham. Tie game in Minnesota. And right after this, we'll bring you... And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Minnesota's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Edwards is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Miller. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Clark in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Edwards against Wallace. Inside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end. Tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves making a switch. Einod's checked in. It's stolen by Edwards. And Edwards with a clear path. Whoa! Extra right there from Edwards.
Show us what you got, young fella. Anthony Edwards. Love to see you operate like that.
Thunder trailing by 3. Over to the left wing. Here's Caruso. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
And stolen by Caruso. Williams, that's for 2. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Mike Conley's checked in for Minnesota. Then for the Thunder, Jones comes in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Alex Caruso. Pass to Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. On the basket by Jones.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
Timberwolves shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Here's Reed. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game. Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Jones. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And it's Williams in for Wallace. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Back to Dort. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Holmgren with a screen on Conley. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Hands it from downtown. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 30.
Incredible range from Gilgeous-Alexander, making a tough shot look easy.
Yeah, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Mike Conley. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Puts up a 3. Julius Randle with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Out to Edwards. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Gobert with a screen on Hartenstein. Alexander Walker finds Gobert. Can't cash in from the high post. Oklahoma City has gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Holmgren the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's stolen by Randall. And now the Timberwolves on the break to take the lead. Pass to Alexander Walker. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Needed those and got it. Terrific job at the line under pressure.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Randall down low. Defended by Holmgren. Count!
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drives to the hoop. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. 11 feet away. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Williams. Count it!
Big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Here's Edwards. Ooh, off-wild. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late.